Procrastination-Radio.
Everybody was good. It's Ian Complex. Back again with another episode of Procrastination Radio. Today, I got a very special guest, Kiel Hoilett, aka Kilo out of Broward. I've been following Twitter for years. How you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. The weather in Florida and Broward right now is kind of gloomy. How you doing over there in LA?
LA is always like sunny. It's cold
Yeah.
at night, but it's cool. Like it's smooth as far as right
Yeah.
now. But it's I don't know, all this global warming stuff is kind of getting like unbalanced. Like it's
Right.
You never really know what you're finna get when you out here sometimes.
Yeah. So that brings up my first question. Since I see you kind of move around a lot, does your surroundings, like Florida versus LA, how does that change your creative process? Does it change your approach in any way? Or is it just like you're the vessel, so wherever you go, it kind of keeps it pushing?
I think it was more of like I'm the vessel because at this point in the game, like you gotta kind of move. Like I was just having a conversation with somebody yesterday. Like you kind of have to like move around in order to like do what you have to do, and in order to connect with people, and in order to like just push your business. So like
Right.
for me, it's more. Yeah, it's kind of better for me. I mean, stability is always like great because like you get to come back home and you get to like
Right.
I guess you get this. You could say,
Recharge.
yeah, like recharge. So,
Right.
but I feel like traveling is like, bro. It's like I always tell people the main thing that when I tell people about traveling that makes them want to is like it's you ever play GTA?
Yeah.
We all play GTA, so
Right. That's the lifestyle.
especially now because everybody on the private servers and shit.
Right.
But
Yeah.
traveling is like Grand Theft Auto, bro, because when you got to do a new mission and you unlock the map. And I always tell people like your brain is like the map. When you travel somewhere, you unlock other parts of your brain because it's like you're like, oh shit, you're exposed to new cultures, you're exposed to new people, new ways of life. You realize, oh, I am just a little speck in the world, and I don't fucking really matter in the grand scheme of things. So I love traveling, bro. Like I really do, and it does help with the creative process a lot. Like a lot. Like if you just at home, also be trying to tell people if you just at home, you feel me, in your city, in your wherever, like that starts to become like the box. Like your city can become the box. You feel me? And then you're in that box, and then you're in your crib, and then like you're not doing nothing. So you're not going anywhere. You're not venturing out. So definitely helps the creative process. Just keeps things inspiring, keeps things fresh. It's tiring. You feel me? Because like I travel like 5 to 15 times a month now.
Yeah, you a busy man.
Yeah, I mean you gotta like, bro. Like all my resources aren't in my city, so I have to go other places. I have to do that to expand. So it's just like you have like even if I have to go somewhere for a day and a half, I have to do it because that's the only way that I'm gonna progress and like all this thing everything that everybody sees from me like happens. You feel me? So
were you always like that with like everything? Like you always like, if I gotta do something, I'm gonna do it. Like nothing was holding you back.
I was lazy as hell. Hell no.
So what changed that? What was the thing that like?
I'm 27, so I probably got like that around. Okay, so like it was always like an idea in my head. I was always like that, but physically doing it is something different than like how people be talking. Like physically doing it is something
whole nother story.
Something different than like actually. So I probably didn't get like that till I was about like probably like 2021 when like I really had to realize, like that's when I really realized, okay, like bro, like obviously nothing is gonna be given to you, and like you could praise much as you want, you could do all of that extra shit. Not saying it's wrong, but you could do all of that, but until you actually do like the radical action, it don't matter. Like nothing matters. So no, I'm just really sick with it now. Like I'm sick. Video cinematography got me really sick with it. Like I'm sick. Like hard work is nothing. Like I'm just learning to work smart now because hard work is like I can do that in my sleep. You feel me? So
let's talk about that a little bit. How'd you get into the videography and the editing? Was that your first kind of love of creativity? Was
hell no,
the music?
Fashion.
Okay.
Fashion. So just a little bit about that. Like it was crazy because that started in like I'm like I said, I'm 27, so
Right.
this is eighth grade. I got introduced to fashion, so like I was always a cool guy on the inside, but
Right.
my like exterior, like I was a nerd. You feel me?
Wasn't
Like I
matching.
am a nerd, to be
Right.
honest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just get to like dress it up a little bit more
Right.
differently
Right.
now. But like I'm super geeked out, tech, video games, all of that. I mean, not saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know why the people call that shit nerd, but whatever the fuck.
Right.
But
Yeah.
my long story short, my friend at the time, my best friend at the time, like he went to London. That's another reason why I'm infatuated with London to this day.
Yeah.
But he went to London. This is eighth grade now. You feel me? So this is
Oh
like
wow.
2008 going into 2009.
Wow.
And like all the niggas is wearing like big shirts and shit,
Yeah.
Levi
Yeah.
501s and shit. Like, you
Yeah.
feel me? And he came back. He had this is a 13-year-old now. He
Yeah.
came and nigga at that. He came back um with like True Religion,
Yeah.
Zara, Rockin' Republic, Robin Jeans, True
He was
Blue
going crazy.
Jordan, like just crazy shit. In
Yeah.
2008, Bape Supreme in 2008. And I looked at myself, I'm like, what am I doing? You feel me? So
Yeah.
that's how I got introduced to like fashion. So that's like my first love. And then like ninth grade to 12th grade, like we were like
Huh.
known as that. You feel me? And
Right.
like people was, you know, it's you hear it a lot. Like people go through like the phases of people like calling you gay because you wearing skinny jeans and
Right. Right. You
you wearing
expressing yourself, so like it
yeah,
had to be
you feel me?
something else.
But at the time, like, I mean, like, gay is not an insult, but at the
Right.
time,
Right.
like, you don't really know that yet.
Exactly.
You're like, damn, bro, I'm just what I like.
Right.
You feel me? Like, but
Right.
you know, you grow out of that shit. But that was my first love. Cinematography came into my life because it was a time which I'm actually very blessed to be a part of this from the outside and the inside.
Mm.
There was a time in the internet and in just music in general where there was a break of like the commercial world and the underground world, and that's when Space Ghost Perp and ASAP Rocky were together.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So when they had their fallout,
Yeah.
Perp came back down to Florida and
Yeah.
Rocky stayed in New York and went commercial. And Perp came down and he created the underground. That's why I don't understand why
Yeah.
niggas be disrespecting Perp, but I'm not trying to get into that. But
Yeah.
he
That's what
came
it is.
down and my brother shot all their videos alongside. My brother's name is Forbes. He shot all their videos alongside Uncle Luke and
That's crazy.
and
Wow.
it was Forbes, Luke, and I'm missing somebody. At the time it was just Forbes and Luke. And like that's when there was no internet, bro. Like there's
Wow.
nothing. There's no I'm talking about I remember when threats dropped, like the internet stopped and
Wow.
everybody tuned in and like you feel me? Like that's I'm right there, like
Right.
Semi,
Right.
Raider
Right
Clan,
next to
Ether
that.
Wolf,
Yeah.
Xavier Wolf now,
Wow, man.
fucking Rob Banks, like
That's
Curry,
crazy.
fucking X Tentacion Ski, like Pump. So
Right.
I ain't really I met Pump recently, but like I'm right there because my brother is shooting all these people.
That is
Like
insane.
shooting all these people. You feel me? Like,
Wow.
and they lived in a crib in Miramar, which is right there by Miramar High School,
Yeah.
right there across from the IHOP. Like everybody's going through this crib. Like everybody in the South Florida scene is going
Wow.
through this crib because of Curry. Niggas need to start respecting Curry too, because that boy is really the god. Like Perk passed him the torches. I feel like Perk couldn't really. I don't know
Right.
if bro knew how famous he was, so that shit probably fucked with him. But he gave the energy to Curry, and Curry really put everybody on. But I saw my brother do cinematography, you feel
Yeah.
me, for these boys, and I'm like, damn. And then I got a nonprofit with two partners, you feel me, and then like I picked it up as far as like matter of fact, I didn't even start shooting yet. This is
Mhm.
like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
So you know who Bob Marley is, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody know Bob
Yeah.
Marley.
Yeah.
So I know his son, Kamani Marley, and I went to school with his kids,
Yeah.
who is KJ and Caston. So like I went to school with them and I went over their crib one day and I know it's a lot of like name dropping shit, bro, but
Nah, it's like a Florida
this is
history
just
lesson
my
right
life.
now, bro.
This is just the path
Yeah,
of my
this is
life.
amazing. Yeah.
This is just the path of my life. So
Yeah.
like I went to their crib one day and they was playing 2K and
Right.
I was like, bro, like I be with the smoking shit, but at the time I was getting out of it. I don't think I was even
Right.
smoking at that time. So they smoking, we playing 2K. You feel me? I fuck with KJ, I fuck with Caston, I fuck with Kamani. If anybody don't know Kamani, he's produced, shot, wrote Shottas. You feel me? Fucking they smoking, and I see the camera and I'm like, damn, bro, like
Mm.
why we not like what's up? Like this
Right. We
shit
doing
work. Like
something.
why we not doing nothing?
Right.
So them boys was just, bro, I don't know what's something wrong with it. And then I'm like, nigga, what you mean there's something wrong with it? Talking about the camera.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, if I fix it, can I get it? Bro, the whole time they just needed to put a battery in that hoe. A $40 battery in that hoe.
You
So,
came up. That's
bro,
crazy.
shout out to them boys too, because really anything to this day, anything KJ or Caston, like they be trying to, oh, bro, I'll give you some money, let's shoot the. I be like, bro,
Yeah.
like to this day, like it's just certain people you can't charge,
Right.
you
Right.
can't. It's like, bro, y'all started my whole shit
Right.
low
It's
key,
family
high
at that
key.
point. Yeah.
You feel me?
Right.
So
Right.
it's like, I got the camera from them, and I started shooting shit with my nonprofit, and
Mm.
then let me say I'll never forget this man name. But I'm gonna try not to forget it. Yeah, randomly got a DM on Twitter. This one my Twitter
Yeah.
started popping. Randomly got a DM on Twitter. This dude named Breezy. Shout out to Breezy. That's another real nigga. This nigga named Breezy. He's an
Mm.
artist from, I believe Breezy's from Miami. He's a light skinned dude. And he was like, bro, can you shoot my video? I'll give you $100. I was like, what? Quit my job. I shot the video.
Damn.
When I got the money, quit my job. The next day, I was working
Wow.
3 jobs. Quit my job the next day and tweeted, I shoot videos for $20 a video, and I was booked for
That's
3 months straight, every day, 2 to 3 times a day.
wow.
That
So were
shit
they
is,
like, were you putting them up on YouTube or like they were just seeing like the
bro.
Twitter
Like
stuff?
it was. This is like 2017, I think, at this
Yeah.
point. So it's like I was doing so many. Mind you, this, like I said, this is like 2 to 3 videos a day. Like 2 p.m.
Right.
I'm shooting something for 2 hours. Then 6 p.m. I'm shooting, and then 12. And this is every single day.
That's wild.
You feel me? So I had because I one of my hard drives, because I didn't know a lot, but one of my hard drives blew up on me. It probably had like 600 videos on it,
Damn.
and I didn't have the time to like create my channel and
Right.
really brand it like Forbes did, Cole Bennett does, Lone Wolf
Right.
does.
Right.
I
Right.
didn't have the time to do that because I'm like, bro, like there's nobody shooting in the city. Like
Right.
there's nobody shooting in the city right now.
He was the only
It's
one
just
supplying the
me.
yeah.
It's me. Forbes is pretty much going into retirement. Wavy coming on the scene. Flower Cop. Like there's like 5 of us, and
Yeah.
there's hundreds of artists,
Right. Right. All of Florida trying to tap
bruh.
out.
And we're just in South Florida.
Yeah.
So
That's
like,
crazy.
bro, like from 2017, I was pretty much shooting from South Florida to Tampa to Orlando, sometimes Cali too. But yeah, bro, I ain't had no time to upload no videos, or
Yeah.
I'm talking about I'm editing. I'm editing everything, having to chop shit up. Niggas wanting they $20 videos back in 2 hours, all type of shit. I'm like, I don't got no time for
Yeah.
none of that, bro. Like I'm just shooting, and I'm just shooting. That's it. Like that's all I was really doing.
Man. So you just kind of picked up the editing along the way because you kind of had to then.
My editing was ass, but yeah, I picked it up. But
Right.
my editing was ass. Like you don't really get to learn something on for me until you get to like slow down and like really hone in
Right.
on it. So I'm just, bro, my editing was ass. I'm just chopping shit up. Like that's all I'm
Right.
doing. I'm chopping shit up, making sure the color looks good. And I ain't know coloring. I just knew saturation, shadows, and highlights and shit. So that's it. Like
Right.
that's all I was really doing. And I'm just chopping it up and hoping for the best. Niggas is sending, bro, fire. Like this shit. Looking back at that shit was so fool, bro. That
Hey.
shit was. I just looked at one of my videos the other day that I shot like 3-4 years ago. That's them shits. I'm like, y'all niggas was paying me for this. Like, what?
Hey, but I mean, it worked. Like, where were you getting these like ideas from? Were they like, this is what I want, this the treatment, bomb, bomb, bomb? Because I can see your eye now is crazy. Like all the videos you drop, like for
Was
your music, like it's
yeah,
very specific.
yeah. Well, okay. So the thing with that is like, I was shooting more guerrilla at the time because like I'm like, I'm who I am, but like my immediate, I wouldn't say like so. I wouldn't. My immediate like people that know me first
Yeah.
is like street niggas. So
Yeah.
them niggas don't give a fuck about no
Right.
like them niggas is bro,
Yeah.
put the camera on me. And I'm just
Right.
like, say no more. You feel me? So it was just it wasn't no like I'm getting into more treatments now because I'm dealing with more like creatives because I am a creative at heart. But like the
Right.
street side of me, like it was just I'm just shooting street niggas, bro. Like
Right.
that niggas is like, bro, I got this, bro. Just dun 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 dun
Do the
dun.
video.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so it wasn't really no thought behind it. It was just like, bro, pull up here, the location. You know, everybody was trying to really do like the Chief Keef
Right. Right. Everybody in
like the Chief Keef gorilla.
right.
Like niggas
Everybody
was
jumping
doing the Chief.
around.
Yeah, niggas was doing the Chief Keef video for 10 years after he
Yeah.
dropped that shit. Like niggas is still doing the Chief Keef video
Hey.
right
Hey. It
now.
worked. It worked, man.
It'll work, bro. But that shit buzz, bro. That shit is buzz, bro. Like y'all, like I'm not saying niggas can't tee up with they dogs, but come on,
Yeah.
bro.
Every song, every single song, same
Yeah,
niggas in the
like
group.
damn, nigga, you ain't never finna not tee up with whoever the fuck. Like, there's no evolution. Like that's why I really don't shoot
Yeah.
people no more. Cause like I be like, bro, it just don't be no, it just don't be no. Like if somebody come to me with a creative idea,
Yeah.
I charge less. Somebody come to me with that, just pull up you get in that
Right.
tab
Right.
because it's like I'm tired of shooting that. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Because then
unfulfilling at
that's
this
on you to
point.
make it look better than
You
just
how the
the
fuck you finna make that look any better?
right.
Y'all niggas don't got Chief Keef energy. Like, how the fuck are you finna make that look any better, bro? Like, how? There's no way.
Oh man.
Like, there's no way you bet to make that look better, bro. Like, y'all niggas ain't even snapping like Chief Keef. Y'all niggas ain't
Right.
even fucking. And I'm just using Keef as like a
Right. Yeah.
you feel me, like a example. But like
Placeholder.
y'all niggas ain't snapping like I sound like the nigga in the car. You feel
Right.
me? Y'all nigga on the meme, like y'all niggas is not snapping like y'all niggas is not the energy I have. Don't even have the
Yeah.
same life experiences.
Right. Right.
So how the fuck you trying to mimic this nigga and
Right.
you're not this nigga? That's why I don't understand
Right.
why niggas be mimicking. Like inspiration, cool, but
Yeah.
niggas be trying to mimic, bro. Like it gets old. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
That's a good point. That brings me to the next topic. Like, I think seeing you on Twitter, my first like intro to you was, I think it was just a picture. You was like, or a video of you just holding the camera. You was like just talking about yourself. And
yeah,
I
that
like this. I like this man got a lot of confidence right now. Just like
yeah,
doing
yeah,
his thing.
yeah.
Like,
You gotta present yourself. Well, go ahead.
yeah. Even the intro on everything until now was, I was like taken back by that, because you just like straight up was like, yo, this me. Like this is it. Like y'all either fucking with this or you not. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
And like how did you get to that point to be like, because you said you was kind of uh like another version of yourself at first, not kind of fully tapping into that kind of confidence pocket. So what was that transition? Was it you kind of getting the work and kind of getting more experience in the field, or was it more of a personal thing that kind of pushed you to that level?
It's always personal. So it's not that I wasn't. It's not that I wasn't tapped into my confidence. Because I was tapped in my. I was conscious at the age of 12
Mm,
years old. That was just from like people mistreating me. So let's get that.
mm,
Let's just say that. You feel me, and
yeah,
just make that clear.
yeah,
So it's not. It was never a confidence thing,
yeah,
but what has happened over my life, because I feel like I've lived before. What has happened over my life from 12 to let's say about 24,
yeah,
like I have learned to take my arrogance, because I was arrogant at first because of what I
mm,
knew, and
mm,
it's evolved into confidence.
mm,
So it was always there, but like you just have to learn how to apply it. And you
right,
have to learn like, because everybody has everything in them, you feel me? But you just got to learn how to apply it and what works best for you. Like
right,
everybody can't go on camera and like, I don't seen the realest niggas fold on camera.
mm,
Run it back, bro.
yeah,
Run it back, please, bro. Like, no, let's do it over.
yeah,
Now you a hard body nigga, like
right,
at least supposed to be. So I'm just like, so it's just everything that has been reflected like through like, because I it's a digital world, like what you see, like everything that has been reflected through the lens as far as me, like bro, it's just me saying fuck it, like I don't have a
yeah,
choice, like I don't,
yeah,
like my nigga, I don't, you feel me, like if I don't do this, like this is my
right,
life. Like some people, like I'm on a very low level, You feel me? I'm on a my boy 12 got he broke some shit
Mm,
down. So
yeah.
I'm on the highest level of level 1.
Mm,
I haven't
mm,
gotten to level 2 yet.
that's real.
Because
Wow.
it's level it's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, then S tier. So S tier, think of like Beyonce, Frank
Yeah.
Ocean, Jay-Z, Rihanna. They just defeated life. Like nigga,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah. They
you feel me?
cool, bro.
I'm on the highest level of tier 1. So it's like for me, it's like it's just a fuck it, bro. I'm
Right.
27. Like I don't got no time to be not confident on camera. I don't got no time to be like you just got to do it and figure that shit out. Like that's just my approach to it. Get what I'm saying? Because you're
Wow.
as you level up in this shit, you're going to get to points where it's like, yo, I did not see that coming. Or damn, I didn't know I would end up here. I say that shit to myself all the time. I pray almost 5 times a day. Like I don't,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like it's just you gotta say fuck it. Like I just say fuck it. So the confidence you seeing is really just me saying fuck it. Just I gotta do it. Like
Man.
there's no thought. There's
Right.
like if you don't do it, you don't eat. If you don't do it, nobody sees you. If
Right.
you don't do it, you don't expand. If you don't do it, there's no progression. Like there's
Yeah.
not no, you feel me? Like there's I don't know. There's not no thought behind it anymore. It's just y'all seeing me say fuck it because I have to.
That's that's crazy that it translates so easily. Because, like you said, it isn't. You're not working for it at this point. It's just like you're living. It just
Yeah.
has become that.
But
Because,
when you
like,
really live in it, it don't it there's no you don't gotta force it.
right.
Like I always tell people, bro, if which I mean I'm gonna have to do this myself, but there's gonna come a time a year where like I'm just gonna hire someone to have a camera on me the whole year.
Yeah.
Like if a camera was on me the whole year, I'll be as big as Ye. Straight up.
Wow.
Straight up.
So what do you think is gonna? What do you think has to happen to get to that point?
Well shit, bro. Like I gotta work harder. Like
Mm,
that's it. Like I have to work harder. I've learned. I know the formulas and shit, but like
mm,
I've always applied the formulas to like helping other people. Like you're seeing me at a moment right now that like I'm doing everything for myself. For the last
yeah.
7 years, I've been doing shit for other people.
Mm,
You feel me? So what you're about to see happen for me in the next fuck a year, 6 months is literally me applying. You know, how much people I'm blown up in the shadows. Like I can name you people and brands right now, but I'm not gonna do that because
mm.
you don't know what they want to
Right.
expose or whatever the
Right.
fuck.
Right.
But bro, this I done gotten people signed to labels. I done gotten people they got 250,000 on Twitter millionaires, and I'm just like, damn, okay, I know the game. I know what I'm
Right.
doing, but
Right. You done
I
seen it.
was
Yeah.
doing it for them.
Yeah.
You feel me? So now it's just for me, bro. So it's just we just at a point with it where that like I don't know, man. It's just about to be some shit. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's just I gotta work harder and I just have to like once you work hard enough, like all the people that be watching you is gonna come and try and grab you.
Right. Right. They
And
gonna
I've
come back
learned,
after. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and I've learned because a lot of people be like, "Fuck niggas," not me. At least not in the open.
Right.
You want to come double back on me? Sure.
Right. Yeah.
Me saying fuck you is gonna hurt me.
Right.
It's not gonna help
Right.
me. You
Right.
feel me? So it's like I just be like, okay, like bro, the game is ugly, bro. Like I don't have people reach out to me, and all they had to do was post me. I got people right now I know that
Yeah.
fuck with you. All they got to do is post me.
Yeah.
It's not gonna take no money out their pocket. It's not
Right.
gonna take no time out their hands. It's not gonna take no. It's not gonna take no audience from them. It's if
Yeah.
anything, it's gonna immortalize you because you put a nigga on that's gonna.
Right.
You feel me? It's going
I
immortal.
was
Like
thinking.
that's why Drake so far. That's why
Yeah.
Ye so far because they put niggas on, and
Right.
every time a nigga tell their story, it's attached to Travis. Even though he just went through she going through the shit right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even want to touch on that. But look at
Yeah.
Travis, bro. Niggas like him, like he becomes a giant, and it's
Yeah.
attached to Ye.
Right.
Big Sean, it's attached. You feel me? So
Yeah.
niggas don't even really be understanding. Like, bro, you posted me. Like, bro, I got people with millions of followers, bro, and I'd be like, bro, but I just be like, okay,
Yeah. Hey, that was one of the hardest things I had to get over, kind of starting the podcast and whatnot, because it was a bunch of people asking like, "Yo, come do this cover for me. Come do this thing." I'm like, "Okay, cool, cool, cool. We good, we good." Just post episode. Joint don't blow. It don't blow for not for no reason because I'm still starting out. I don't expect things to go crazy, go like insane like that. But like you said, just a simple thing like, yo, just like check the video out for me, see what you think. Like, even if you don't do that, just like repost it, put on your story just in case somebody who might be into my stuff sees it. It's
Mm-hmm.
like pulling a muscle for them for some reason. But
Mm-hmm.
then they can still turn back to you and be like, yo, let's get this thing again, do this thing again for me.
And listen, and what I tell you
Yeah.
is, if you can, don't stop, because I always fight with this, and God
Yeah.
always pull me to the correct path.
Mm,
Don't stop doing shit for people because they don't do shit for you.
mm,
Don't, because at that point, you feel me, like the devil won, because now you kind of being like Mike Tyson said it best. It's like you kind of being like changed. You
mm,
feel me? Because, oh, this shit now, this person not doing, because then that becomes like that becomes like a relationship that is based on your end. If it's on their end and it's based on like transactions, that's
yeah.
fine. Like,
Yeah.
some people get to the point where they don't know how to do things unconditionally no more. That's another thing you have to like take into
Mm,
account. You feel
mm,
me? So don't stop like giving, and don't stop as long as it's not like, if it's draining you, that's different, bro.
right,
Like,
right, right,
you feel me? But
right.
don't stop giving just because motherfuckers don't want to post your shit. Because trust me, you're gonna blow up tomorrow. You're gonna
Mm,
blow up December 31st. You're gonna blow up sometime, and then it's gonna be like the leverage is gonna be like, oh, bro. And even when they, like I say, they double back, because people have double back on me, they gonna double back on you. Even when they double back,
mm,
still show them love, bro.
yeah,
Still show them
yeah,
love.
yeah. That's
Still,
that's the it kind of gets you a little bit
hell
because
yeah,
it's like you don't want to feel like you getting like fucked over in any way because it's like it's just you love the art, you love the craft, it's your passion, it's what you live for, and you're doing it, and then it's still getting disrespected. But like you said, that I haven't heard it like that. Like you kind of just gotta think of it like you still love it, so don't stop doing it just because they not.
no, just,
That's
bro.
yeah.
Listen, love always wins, bro.
Mm,
Always. Like, there's there's people be like, oh, it's devil's playground. Earth is like, bro, you always gonna get good with bad, duh. But it's like, bro, love always wins. Like, it's always gonna win, like, always. Especially in illusion, especially in a meta verse and an illusion
yeah,
based thing where darkness always gonna come to light, bro. And like,
yeah,
but love is always gonna win, bro. So, man, fuck them people that be just moving like that. I could give you a situation right now. I could give you a situation. Fuck it. So, and this is a situation on what we talking about.
right, right,
So, I recently, bro, I'm from Broward, bro. Like, it ain't no way. My name, I changed my artist name to Kilo out of Broward
yeah,
as a sacrifice, like, for
mm,
a reason. So when I get to where I get, Broward is in my name. So
right,
you're
right. They can't
automatically
forget it.
gonna
Yeah,
search that. That's just SEO
right,
language.
yeah,
I'm just happy that it sound hard. You get
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? But I just had Yak reach out to me, bro.
wow,
And you feel me? I'm like, bro, like, about time, nigga. Like, we from the same
right,
place. You live down the street from me, nigga. You
right,
feel me? But I'm just like, okay, boom. So we was whatever,
yeah,
and it didn't lead to nothing. And I'm just like, bro, I seen him. He at the end of the conversation, he was like, bro, anything you need, woody
right,
woo.
right,
And I was like, bro, like, I seen the niggas that because it was a weird little. It was like a couple months ago, and he was posting niggas on his story, posting niggas on.
mm,
And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I'm not gonna ask Gat to post me on
repost
his
it too.
story.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
fuck is that gonna do for me, bro?
yeah,
Like, I'm not. It gotta be like anybody, but it gotta be real for me. You
right,
feel me? So then, like,
mm,
I had a conversation with him, and he kind of deflected it. So then, these island boy niggas, you
mm,
feel me? Like,
mm,
they got their little whatever, and he co-signed them quick. Got
mm,
one of them boys talking about they changed their name to, what did he say? He Kodak called this nigga, yeah, something red, Kodiak red or some shit like that. The
mm.
niggas that be like island
Yeah,
boys.
I
I'm
heard it
like,
was tapped in with. Yeah, I heard they was
yeah.
doing like.
Pulled up on them,
Yeah,
FaceTimed them, and I'm like, bro, how you co-signing that? And you see me snapping over here,
yeah,
and you feel me? And it's
Yeah.
like it's shit like that be happening, and I just be like, bro, like it's just ugly right now. Like it's really just ugly. You feel
Yeah.
me? And I don't like if bruh see it, if bruh gon' like what's real is real. So bruh either
Yeah.
gonna respect what I'm saying and or he not. But it's just like, bro, with shit like that be happening, like, bro, you can't co-sign the other side, and you got niggas that's really out here doing what they like. You come on,
Right.
bro. You feel me? And like even the conversation we had, I was like, bro, like we could make something shape. You feel me? You
Right. Right.
see me, and that ain't the first nigga that done.
Reached out and said something.
It's not.
Right.
You feel me? So I just be like, what's the mo? What's the motive?
Yeah.
You feel me? But I don't know, bro. I say that just to say, like, you feel me? Even when things like that be happening, because it's gonna happen to you, bro. You gonna have Joe Budden
Right.
or fucking academics. One of these, I'm just naming niggas that got big podcasts off the
Right.
top of my
Yeah.
head.
And,
You're gonna have these niggas reach out to you like, damn, bro, I see what you're doing. Da, 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 da. Try to bring you to Spotify, try to bring you to Apple
Right.
Music, but want they 40%. It's like,
Right.
damn,
Right.
nigga,
For a
you
reason.
want,
Yeah.
you want 40%?
Right.
I ain't even get no money yet.
Right.
And you just trying to take the bread. Like,
Right. Right. Trying to cut in already. I ain't. Yeah.
it's always a motherfucking. I'm not saying they would, but because
Right.
I'm
Right.
not saying like those two entities specifically would do
Right.
that,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I'm just talking about like you get the
That energy. Yeah. The
yeah,
energy
yeah,
coming in
yeah.
that
It's
way.
just it
Yeah.
be fool, bro. It be that's why you
Yeah.
just go back to what you asked earlier, where you just got to work harder. So
Right.
niggas can't do that.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah. Speaking of love, like another thing that your social media showcases, you got a bunch of people who, like just how we're talking about the opposite, they be fucking with you heavy. Like you be traveling with these people, you be keeping these people around. Like how do you find those genuine folk that like can like stick it through with you in those ways, and you can build those like lasting relationships outside
The
of
they gotta be for me. It just come for me. It happened like organically. You get what I'm
mm,
saying? So like it
mm,
wasn't like I was like I put out a post. I was like I need some niggas to travel,
right,
and niggas was like,
right. And
all
like I
right,
bet. It was
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. Nah, it was like it just happened over time. But
Yeah.
like what you see in that is like people having a common goal
Mm,
momentarily,
mm,
and if
mm,
the common goal, you feel me? Because everybody got their own agenda, but if the main agenda is the common denominator, anything can work.
mm,
You feel me?
mm,
So that's all that really is.
mm. Do you see like outside of friendships, like you see all your relationships like that? Like we just kind of here for the moment until our goals disalign, then we kind of back into the universe separately.
No, that's a good ass. That's fine. That's a good ass question. But nah, it's just like cause all right, I got one of my best friends for my best friend, not one of
Mm,
my best friend for 20 years.
mm,
Me, that nigga don't do nothing I do. You feel me?
mm.
So there's no way, cause it's like, all right, there's no way that like we want the same thing, but we
Right,
don't
right.
go after it the same way. So
Yeah,
it's like I feel like if it's real, the end goal will always be the same. You
mm,
always have that in common.
mm.
So the universe can't take y'all apart.
Right, that
You
makes
feel me?
sense.
But
That
if
makes sense.
it's right, but if it's just like if it's just immediate, like it's just fickle and it is what it is.
Right.
So nah, bro. I just to answer the question directly, I don't feel like all my relationships are like. I actually like having relationships with people outside of what I do,
Mm.
to be honest, because there's no
Like
it's not transactional. Like there's
right,
no like I got homies in the tech world deep in it. Like I
right,
got homies fucking in real estate. You get what I'm saying? And it's like there's no need for us to bump heads or like not.
right,
You feel me? And like this, and I love that because like we don't need to like like infuse our worlds. You get what I'm saying? Because that's
right.
when shit gets ugly with friends. Like it
Yeah,
just gets confusing.
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think all my relationships will be like that or are like that.
Yeah,
I just feel like the ones that are, and the ones that aren't, and it's
yeah,
just I'm fine with that.
yeah. That's really interesting. With with all this balancing in your life, how do you not get absorbed into the work? Like, where is the point where you're like, I need to like separate myself from this?
You said, how do I not get absorbed into the work?
Yeah, or do you do that on purpose?
What you mean though?
Like, if you were back in the day, like shooting the 20 videos a day, and you were just like, this is what I gotta do, and you weren't like coming out to be like making sure your mental was okay.
Oh
Like,
shit, I
how,
had 3 nervous breakdowns.
damn, okay,
But I recently, now, at the
yeah,
time it was breakdowns,
yeah,
but I was just somebody just had a breakdown, and I told them that you didn't have a breakdown, you had a breakthrough. Now, what I
mm,
mean by that is like, obviously, if the body is doing something new, the mind is doing something new, the spirit, emotions are doing something new,
right,
you're gonna have a glass. So your glass is gonna get filled up by all the
mm,
things you're taking on.
right,
But it's not a breakdown, because once it spills over and it's empty again, you know how to deal with all the shit you just went through.
right, right. You
So for
learn
me,
something.
it's a breakthrough, because it's like,
Mm,
okay,
mm,
this same shit will never ever get me used to it. Because it's like
right,
I went in the hyperbolic time chamber, I
right,
trained, I
right,
came out Super Saiyan 2, and
right,
it's like, how the fuck is a nigga that was beating me at Super Saiyan 1 gonna beat me at Super Saiyan
right.
2? So the nigga at Super Saiyan 1 is life. You feel me?
Mm,
And now you Super
mm,
Saiyan 2, so it's like, bro, come
right,
on, bro. That's when niggas is throwing the punches and you just like,
right. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah,
yeah, it's like, bro, come on, bro. That some shit's slow as fuck. You
right.
feel me?
Yeah, the
And you
transmission
beat.
out the way.
Right. So it's like, nah, bro, I done had 3 breakthroughs, breakdown
Mm,
breakthroughs, parentheses. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? But it's just like, well, now what I've learned because of that is I've learned to like, I've infused like work and like like play in a sense.
mm,
So it's like, I'm not finna just work without enjoying myself.
right,
But I'm
right.
not
Yeah,
finna enjoy myself if I haven't been working.
right.
Because
Got to
nigga,
balance
you don't
out.
deserve it.
Right,
You feel me? So
right.
it's just, you just gotta find that balance. But I gotta ask you a question though.
Yeah,
How the fuck do you deal with like learning and like hearing everybody's story and like dealing with all these characters? Like, what makes you want to do a podcast?
that is a very good question.
Because I don't care about nigga stories like that.
Right. I think it came from a place where I was growing up just so I grew up really religious, so my family wasn't letting me watch certain stuff and listen to certain stuff. So I remember specifically I was like 9 or 10, and there was just like some Drake on the radio, and everybody at school was talking about it. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. So I snuck this radio that my dad had in my room, and I would turn it down really low so nobody could hear it, and I would listen to it. And
That boy
so
had you in prison.
I was going through it for a little bit. So I was tapped in for the Drake, and I realized that everywhere else in my life I was very hungry for knowledge to learn things that were getting taught to me and all the stuff that wasn't. So that came to being interested in like outside of Christianity, what are people doing around the world? Why are they doing that? All this different stuff. And then that parlayed into music, watching the 15-hour long documentaries on Pharrell and his process and why he did what he did, just so I could incorporate into myself. So I think really right now I'm doing it for those people 50 years in the future who gonna look up somebody like you and see that Broward tag, and then it's gonna tap to somebody else that was from Broward, somebody from Hialeah, somebody from Dade, somebody just all over the place, just so they can have what I didn't have access to a little easier.
Right.
So yeah, it's just like I just love hearing people's stories. I love hearing why people are motivated
To
to
do what they
pursue
do.
what they do like
Yeah.
so hard, because then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, let me take these gems and put these into this.
Okay, I
And
like that part too.
yeah,
I like that. I love that part too, actually.
yeah.
Yeah. I,
Cause
I, I love hearing that about people too.
I think sometimes it gets lost because sometimes people do the podcast thing and sometimes it's like, oh, this is just for jokes or whatever. But and I'm kind of trying to balance that now because it is even though I love doing it, it is kind of uh it's turned into a business now, so I got to look at things a little different. So I got to position stuff a little different. But at the end of the day, I don't ever want to forget that I'm doing this because I want to learn and be better. Like after this, like you was talking some of like the realest stuff I've heard in a while. So like I'm blessed to have you on here.
Appreciate it. I'm blessed to be here.
Yeah, man. I kind of want to talk about that. You said a lot of stuff about spirituality, and you being like praying a bunch of times a day. Like, was that always in your course of action? Was this like recently with the breakthroughs you started getting more
Yeah,
into this? Uh,
yeah, because I got to a point where it's like, man, I done been at a point where I had everything I needed, and you're not grateful, and it gets taken away from you the next day.
yeah.
You
Mm,
feel me? So I fear God, bro, and I fear the universe. I fear my ancestors, and I fear my angels. Are the four entities I pray to every single
mm,
day. And bro, like, if you upset one, like, whatever power or whatever they're giving you at the time, like, you feel me? Like, they'll take it from you.
mm,
And for me, it's just like I really got deep into it because I'm not that religious. I'm really
mm.
not that spiritual. I'm not, because like I don't know what I am as far as,
Right,
but
right.
I do know that, like, there's something you have to be like grateful for and bow down to. Like,
Right,
nigga, this is just you're not just getting everything and
right,
doing all of this and acquiring all of this because you're
right.
the rawest person in the world.
It's
Like,
too much
no, you're
going
not.
on. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you will die tomorrow. You will be shot in the head
Right,
tomorrow. You will
right.
have a heart attack tomorrow. You will have a stomach virus tomorrow. You will be
Yeah,
diagnosed with cancer. There's things
yeah,
that can happen to anybody.
yeah.
So I always remember that, like, bro, when I pray for things, like, shit, I don't even pray for things no more. I pray for like guidance. I pray for like strength. I pray for
Yeah.
like health. Like, I be just happy that I'm healthy. Like,
Right,
what if a nigga ain't have his leg? I
right.
can't do nothing. Like, people don't be remembering shit like that, bro. Like,
Yeah,
people don't, like, bro, what if, like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
what if, like, people, I know people that came out of, I pray for just being sane still. Cause like, I know people that I graduated with and they're insane. Like,
yeah,
they lost their mind, or they lost touch on reality. Like, you feel me? Like, I just pray to stay grounded, like, in general. Just that
yeah,
would sum up everything I pray for. Now,
yeah.
this time, you ask and you shall receive. And I truly believe that, because I've
Mm,
literally, you know, gotten to points where, like, I'm kind of getting off the path, and I pray and I just be like, hey, just keep me on track. I
yeah,
need this to stay on track, and it's granted the
yeah.
next day. Like, literally, like, you wake up, boom, you got 10 bands in your account. You get
Mm,
what I'm saying?
mm.
But I don't pray, oh, I need $10,000. I need 50 racks. No, I say, help me get
Right,
to the million.
right. Because you're
Help me
working.
get right to the hundred
Right,
thousand,
right,
and
right,
opportunity comes. You get what I'm
right.
saying? So, like, I just, as far as like that power, like, I just tap into it, and I just don't disrespect it, because
Mm,
I feel like once you
mm,
disrespect it, you'll never get it again. So I just don't
mm.
disrespect it, because I used to disrespect it. I used to pray, like, it's like, that's why the vices are allowed. I used to pray for like greedy things, bro, like
Yeah,
fucking self fulfillment and fucking money and fucking hoarding. Oh, I used to pray for stupid shit, and it's just like,
yeah.
you get it still because you asking for it,
Right, right.
but it's like, it's temporary. You feel me? So
Yeah,
I just everything I try to do now has to like be for like lifelong, or at least longevity.
yeah. Wow, that is
Oh, it's
goodness.
some shit you about to hear. Trust me.
That's yeah. Like I was expecting this because you kind of tweet this way. It's not as long, but you tweet and everything is like, all right, this is what we're doing. Bang, bang, bang.
Right.
Cool. But just relating to that, especially right now in my life, like you get kind of caught up in those things that bring you that temporary pleasure, and
Is you human?
sometimes, right, right. Sometimes you're doing them multiple times a day, And that's a part of the thing that, like, the name of the show is Procrastination Radio, because that's what I was doing for up until I got to college. Like,
Mm.
I was given excuses to follow these paths that I was going down because they were comfortable, because I understood them. And then I had to slap myself in the face and be like, this is now my path. This is now my, like, my journey to every day remind myself, like, every time I look at my Instagram, procrastination rate, like, get out of that funk.
Right.
But also in the same hand, like, allowing myself the room to be able to grow, to be like, there's gonna be some days where I ain't gonna get nothing done. Like, it's
Yeah.
cool, but
Yes.
I gotta, like, regroup and then attack it a little bit harder every time, because it's like the gym. You're gonna have to build that muscle memory, and then when you fall off, like you said, you start to learn things and you start to get back on the horse a little easier every time.
Doing nothing is a good thing, bro. My mentor told me that. And my mentor is 22, by
Mm,
the way.
mm. That's all, bro. That is so. I don't know what it is with age and people not respecting people, but there's some, like, 15-year-old dudes. There's one, like, 14-year-old dude who I edited a video for him. I might be messing up his age. He might be older than that. But the way he approaches his music taught me so much about what I wasn't doing with what I was doing. And I think because people have the ego attached to their art, because it is so personal,
Mm-hmm.
when somebody comes around with something so different that's coming to them a little easier, you start to forget that you're on your own journey, and then you start being envious of that. But
Mm-hmm.
it's
And you
stuff
don't
like
even know
that.
what it took for them to get there.
Exactly. And then you getting lost, and you making up all the reasons why, like, nah, I should have got on way before this. I should have done that. Like, everybody's moving at a different pace. Everybody's moving to different places, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So it is crazy, like, just because I'm sure some people, like, wouldn't even want to say that out loud. Like, my mentor is somebody that's younger than me. Like,
Oh, nah,
how
that
did
nigga taught me everything with cinematography. His name is Jawan Chapman, Cloud9 Cinema.
you,
Taught me everything with cinema. I taught him business, but he taught me. Remember when earlier when I was like, oh, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing when I was shooting.
right,
That nigga, we had. I don't want to put his business out here, but we had a situation where, he started living with me. I
yeah,
mean, that's kind of still putting his business out there, but this is my brother at this point, so he probably wouldn't
mm,
even mind. But and he living his truth too.
mm,
So that's another reason why I call him a brother in such
yeah,
a short time. But we had a situation where he was living with me. He was trying to explain shit. I was like, bro, just come on, like you don't gotta, like you my nigga. And we lived together for a year and a half,
mm,
and he taught me everything. Nobody can fuck with him when it comes to camera
wow,
work, but he's not sociable. That's why
yeah,
I'm in his life, because I'm sociable.
right,
So the thing with me, my placement in people's life is I'm very charismatic. I'm my life is effortless, and I'm sociable, and people gravitate towards me easily.
mm,
So that's a very easy thing to be like arrogant. That's what my young self was. That's a
right,
very easy thing to be like arrogant and overconfident about.
right,
But it humbles me now because I'm like, damn, like before the thought used to be like, oh yeah, nigga, I'm that guy. Like, what the fuck? But now
mm,
it's like, oh shit, you really fuck with me even though I'm this way. You get
right,
what I'm saying? So like I'm in a lot of people's lives because they're not that sociable. So when I get to where I can be like, oh yeah, that's that nigga.
mm,
And they're like, oh, you're that nigga. So if you're saying he's that
right,
nigga, he
right,
becomes that nigga.
right,
And it's that easy.
right,
But he's a person that people will overlook no matter how talented he is. You
yeah,
get what I'm saying? And I respect this nigga so much. This nigga came with me when he was 20 years old. You feel me? I
mm,
taught him his credit. I taught him business. I taught him how to get money. I taught him how to facilitate his business. And bro, that nigga's doing just as well as me, and he's 22
that's crazy,
on his own. You feel me?
that's crazy, yeah,
He's bought. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want y'all to get in his pockets.
right. Yeah, we're
But
gonna let him
he,
flex. We're gonna let him flex on his own.
yeah,
You got
he has I have a production company with him. Like, bro, this man
yeah,
that's that guy for real, bro. My boy
yeah,
Jawan Chapman, Cloud9 Cinema. Cloud9 Cinema. That is my guy. Like that nigga right there. That's the nigga, like, that's just the nigga. There's nothing else you could say. Man, I man know anything. He constantly up. Like, you ever just like you gotta look at life too, like bro, like an iPhone, like bro, like when the
Hmm.
new operating system come out and you got to update the shit, bro. If I
Yeah.
need to get updated on cameras, yo,
Right.
do one conversation. Oh yeah, the
Right.
da 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 da. It's like this. No, you don't fuck with that no more. Ha ha. He be laughing at me too. Ha ha, nigga, you selling the old shit. I be like, God damn, nigga, you can't just tell me without laughing at me. But
Right.
that's
Right.
just him. That's just him. You feel
Yeah.
me? But yeah, bro, that's like my when it comes to definitely. I'm talking only when I say this is it's about cameras purely, not
Right.
about our
Right. Right.
relationship. But that nigga is my like that nigga's my fucking my live update, bro. That's my
Yeah.
when you ain't play your Xbox for 2 months and you got to update 2K. That's what that nigga
Yeah.
is for me for cameras, bro. Like I always get, I always get like that man. That's just that man, bro. And like I said, I'm not afraid. Yeah, he's 22 years old, but that nigga
Right.
changed the course of my business and my life. Like I can confident. You talking about confidence? I can confidently walk onto any set and talk
Yeah.
about a lot of things because this nigga's present in my life.
Right.
You feel me? I don't take that for granted
Right.
because it's like it's valuable to me. He's valuable to me. You feel
Right.
me? And not in a way of using or what you do for me, but you're valuable in a way is you literally add to my life. I
Right.
can't overlook that. Like you're not taken from me. Like everything is reciprocated.
Right.
You feel me? So that's just my guy, bro. And that's my mentor for
Wow.
facts.
That is that is insane. I came on here. I told you I was like, we're gonna talk for 30 minutes, almost an hour, bro. This is amazing. I think people are gonna be able to learn so much from this. And if you ever need to talk again about some stuff, you just got some stuff on your mind, you want to come back on the show, like he's open, bro. Like I'm here.
Appreciate
Um,
it.
yeah. Anything else you want to say to the people? Anything you want to shout out? Any upcoming projects? I know you got some stuff in the works that you want to
No,
share real quick.
I don't really want to shout nothing out. Like I don't
Okay.
want to come on here and like promote
Yeah.
anything like that. But it's just I ended it with him, like, and
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
That's
Like I
fine.
want them that be to be the last thing that they had. He need to get
Yeah.
need to be people need to focus on him. I'm gonna do what I do regardless. So I'm
That,
fine ending it there.
that's fine, bro. Thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you
Hope
for having me.
everybody enjoyed.
Let me know when
Everybody
it's set
stop.
so I could like put it out and everything.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. That means a lot for real, for real.
For sure.
But yeah, y'all have a good night. Enjoy. Hope y'all enjoyed the
Nigga, it's
episode.
12:55 talking about good night. Oh, you need to interview him next. His name
Who
is
the?
Ahiz. He's like one of the biggest TikTok stars in London. It's E.
Oh yeah,
A-
send me his info.
Yeah, yeah. Interview him next. I'll
Send me his
tell him
info.
right now.
Bet, bet.